I want to share with you, be grafted. Be grafted. Romans chapter 11, verse 21 to 24. Romans chapter 11, verse 21 to 24. I'm going to read KJV. For if God spared not the natural branches, take heed, lest he also spare not thee. Behold therefore the goodness and severity of God on them which fell, severity but toward thee goodness. If thou continue in his goodness, otherwise thou also shalt be cut off. And they also, if they abide not still in unbelief, shall be grafted in. For God is able to graft them in again. For if thou wert cut out of the olive tree, which is wide by nature, and wert grafted contrary to nature into a good olive tree, how much more shall these, which be the natural branches, be grafted into their own olive tree? A lot has happened in this year 2021. People passed away, lost loved ones. There's so many uncertainties. But the Lord has kept you for a reason. The Lord saved you for a reason. The Bible says, Paul was writing to them, if God spared not the natural branches, take heed, lest he also spare not thee. There are people that are important in your life that are no more living. But you are here to witness the last day in the year 2021. And that is why I'm very sure of the instruction of God for next year. And we are beginning to see the glimpse of how it's going to look. However, what is going to be our responsibility as believers? What are the things we must do as children of God? First, you must be grafted. You must stay in constant connection with your Maker. In the year 2022, it's not going to be by your planning. Because God is going to disrupt plans of men to fulfill his own plans. And so why is it not going to be important for you to stay connected to God? Because it's only from God we can receive everlasting revelation. So it's not going to be by the knowledge of the head. It's not going to be by intellect. It's not going to be by statistics. It's not going to be by projection. It's going to be by the instruction of God. Paul wrote to them, behold, therefore, the goodness and severity of God. I have about 5 points. I'm not going to waste your time. But this will set you apart from the rest of the people in the year 2022. And the one thing you must pay careful attention to is be careful to obey God's instructions. You see, when you obey God's instruction, you stay connected. It is the strength of your intimacy with God that will carry you through year 2022. It is not going to be by popular opinions or political movements. It's going to be by the strength of your intimacy, because when you see the deeds of God in year 2022, you will but say that God is great. Number 2, enjoy the goodness of God. You must know that you are very important to God. That is why you are still alive. Or how can you enjoy the goodness of God if you are not in intimacy with him? You only fellowship with God when it's the last day of the year. God is saying to you, I want to develop an everlasting fellowship with you that will guide you for the rest of your life, starting with next year. And that is why there's no resolution you can do that can save you. It's only by conviction of your faith that the everlasting God that is able to save to the uttermost. There's going to be so many things, distractions in the year 2022. I'm sure of that. And we're already seeing the evidence of that. Paul wrote to them, behold therefore the goodness and severity of God on them which fell. Severity, but toward thee goodness. If thou continue in his goodness. that is why it's not going to be by your goodness. You see, it's your intimacy with God that will help you to continue in the goodness of God, even when things around you is not saying so. Even when you don't have a job, when you are not sure of when your next meal is going to come from next year. But you will see the goodness of God around you, that the life you have is precious because it belongs to God to start with. Beloved, number 3, I want you to take note for year 2022 is continue in God's goodness. Continue in the goodness of God. But you're not going to stop at that point. Number 4, show goodness to others according to God's instructions. A lot of people please us. The Lord instructed me here, take note, next year, don't please people, please God. That was what God told me when I was preparing. Don't please people. In fact, if you please God, you will discover you are pleasing the right people. It's only when we don't please God long enough that we are seeking approval from other people to validate our identity, the precious identity we have in God. Beloved, in the year 2022, you must allow people to see the reflection of God in your actions and directions and decisions. Not just by writing things down, but by following the instruction of God, precept by precept, until the end of the year. You do your New Year resolution and things like that. You're going to fail by your strength. It's only by the strength of God that you will not fail. Number 5, let God handle difficult situations and difficult people. I've shared this with you before. Until you surrender your will to the will of God, you will be wasting time and energy. Let God handle difficult situations and difficult people. The Bible says, if they abide not still in their unbelief, shall be grafted in, for God is able to graft them in again. That is why, Daddy and Mommy, don't be surprised. We'll begin to see new faces. Those we've not seen for a long time. That is what God told me here. That the Lord will graft them. Graft you to Himself. And you will enjoy godly relationship through God. That is why in-house, take care of your own business first. It's only when the tree is fully secured that it can withstand drafting. You know that in basic agricultural science. I'm about to close in 2022. Stay grafted to God. He will graft things and people that you need on your behalf. You see, it's not going to be by you running after them. When you are grafted to God, it is going to be by Him. So that means the Bible says the steps of the just are ordered by the Lord. So that means He's going to position you in the right relationship. He's going to put you among people that will strengthen your intimacy with the Father. He's going to establish a new relationship with you that will help you in the journey of 2022. I'm sure you know by now that without fellowship with God, you cannot do anything. Be grafted. If nothing at all in 2022, be grafted. Let God connect you. Let God be the driver. Let God be the pilot. Let only the instruction that is coming from God be your guide. And the one that is able to save and to deliver will guide you in the midst of storms. Amen. Jesus.